Hello everyone, Satsu over here once again. So as many of you might already know, and for those who don't, I'm a student of psychology. I recently completed my fifth semester, and within that we were studying a subject called mental health, part 2. So during the preparation of my final exam for the mental health, I came across a topic. The broad topic was actually about unipolar depression. And the subtopic were we were studying about different concepts in schools of thoughts and how they actually explain how depression occurs. So while reading through one of them, I came across the behavioral concept, uh, and it actually kind of didn't set in well with me. And I thought I should make a video about it, just for the sake of interest, I guess. You see, the behavioral psychologist said that unipolar depression is inversely proportional to rewards in your life. So basically, everything in your life that you do is in turn going to give you a result. The result is interpreted as a reward, and that is inversely proportional to your unipolar depression. For example, the higher rewards you get, the lower your depression will be. And since humans are very materialistic, they obviously everyone wants different stuff, money, house, and etc etc in their life. So these type of rewards are important and they play a vital role on your depression thingy. Till this part, it does sound understandable, reasonable, and I have no problems with that. But then again, I thought about it. Are rewards really proportional uh, to depression? I don't think so, because let me give you an example. They gave us an example of a footballer. They said that the footballer is playing football. He earns a good amount of money. He's successful. He has a fan base. He's happy. His depression in life will be very less. Now, there's another side to it. For example, if he is having trouble with his own self, his image, his in personal relationships, he's still going to have depression. We have seen a lot of successful and rich people having depressions, even though they have a lot of all those rewards. Now, many of you might argue that the rewards in his mind are not the rewards he would be having. So let's just come back to the main example. He doesn't have any problem in his personal life. He's not going to have depression because he is a successful person according to worldly standards. With time, he's going to grow old, his abilities are going to deteriorate, and he's going to go for his retirement. His fan base is going to lessen up, his money, his salary is going to lessen, and that is why he's going to be more prone to depression. Now, when you think about it, one would say, yeah, obviously, right? But then again, this is not how a human mind actually works and not how his behavior goes on. Human and depression, in my personal opinion, are linked more closely towards the inner perception and a niche they have made for themselves, more like a code of conduct. So if a person falls upon that, reaches successful targets and goals in his life at the stages they were meant to be achieved, I think everything is going to be all well. And even if his rewards do lessen up, it's not going to cause him or make him be more prone to depression. Just like they gave an example, let me give you an example of a sportsman. Let's take an example of Sachin Tendulkar. He was a successful cricketer, a batsman, and he achieved so much. He was getting a big pay, he had a big fan base, and with time he grew old and took an early retirement. I'm sure he won't be getting as paid right now as he was in his active years. Same for his fandom and everything. His rewards did decrease. I'm not saying they vanished altogether, but they did decrease, right? Do you think Sachin Tendulkar would be depressed? I'm not talking about the personal aspect of his life, just from the materialism. No. You know why? Because he left a legacy. He created a name for himself that he will be remembered even after he is gone. And he basically achieved something of an inner satisfaction, which actually is the thing that is directly related to depression and not rewards. A person can avoid depression without having anything to do with rewards as long as he's satisfied by his own self. I think it was Anne with an E. I was watching this series and she talked about something. If you are not guilty, but the whole world declares you guilty, you will not, and you yourself believe in your heart that you are on the right path, you will find yourself with friends. Basically, what she meant to say was that if you think you're right, no matter what the world says, you will always have a backup support in your life. So you will be happy, you will have satisfaction for yourself because you are on the right path. So the self image and the self perception and your own rules and targets that you have made for yourself are actually more important than the rewards. And I'm just a merely student who has not even completed his graduation yet, and I just, these thoughts came into my mind, so I have no idea what the behavioral psychologist sitting, why would they say something like that. Normally I don't have a problem with the behavioral school of thought, I actually like them, and the cognitive ones as well. The only problem I have with is the biological school of thought. They go a lot into the hormones and stuff like that, and that's not my cup of tea. So yeah, I usually avoid those people. But back towards them, and I guess this is all just I wanted to share. I don't know how a normal person, not a student of psychology, would interpret it as, but your feedback is more than welcomed. And thank you very much for listening to Food for Thought. Uh, Bye.